Everybody wants to be attractive, and they should want to be attractive because it's a fun way to live. And in this video, I'm going to be explaining how you can become more attractive physically, financially, and even socially using proven principles as well as my own experience in going from living like this to living like this and continuing to grow as I go. With each of these, I'm going to be giving you an action step that you can take today to make sure you implement it into your life. And if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a free tool that you can use to build and attract your ideal lifestyle using a vision and the science behind it. And if at any point in this video I say something that really resonates with you or really clicks for you, I want you to hit that subscribe button so I know that what I'm saying is working. With that being said, let's get into the video. So to start off here, the basis and the foundation for attraction is our mindset and the energy that we give to others. In order to be attractive, you don't need these vain metrics of being a supermodel and having nice cars and all these different things, but instead it's the energy that you bring into the world that allows people to feel attracted towards you, because a lot of people out there feel anxious, scared, alone, nervous, and I don't blame them, especially in today's day and age. But what I've noticed in the people who are fairly attractive and living an attractive lifestyle, whether it's in real life or even in movies and shows such as Suits, like Harvey Specter being the example here, is that they all have this thing that I like to call attractive certainty. Now, what attractive certainty is essentially just knowing that no matter what happens to you, you are so certain that you are good. And you bring this calm, grounding, and abundant energy into your interactions, into your work, into your vision, whatever it may be. It's this feeling of just knowing that no matter what happens, you're good. And this allows you to be more calm, relaxed, and centered, which is something that other people are compelled towards. And the way that this looks like is, for example, you can go into a job interview and knowing that you've given it your all, and if it doesn't work out, you're not going to be upset, you're not going to throw a tantrum. You're going to know that that rejection is essentially redirection for what's actually meant for you. You can go out there and shoot your shot with a girl that you think is cute, and if nothing comes of it, it's okay, because you know that eventually the right thing is going to come towards you. Even talking with a potential client on a sales call, knowing that if you don't close them, it's okay, because there will be another client out there that you can close, and eventually this one may flip into a client or a booked call. So essentially, attractive certainty is just this feeling of abundance and certainty within yourself, knowing that everything is going to fall into place. And the way that you can tangibly achieve this is by focusing on abundance, focusing on your confidence and your competence, being detached, and having a strong sense of solitude. So I'm going to break each of these down, and I want you to write them down and draw conclusions between them into a science that works for you. So with abundance, it's essentially just understanding that you're not dependent on something externally. You don't need something outside to happen in order for you to be happy, in order for you to be fulfilled. You are already fulfilled within yourself, and you know that whatever your desires are, and you having a desire is just a signal that one day eventually you're going to have it, and it's going to be better than you could have ever imagined. And the way that I create abundance into my life is by practicing gratitude. So I'll wake up in the morning and I'll write down everything that I'm grateful for, as simplest as it can be. If it's a cold day outside and I see that it's raining and I feel warm and cozy, I will literally be grateful for the insulation in the wall, the piece of paper that I'm writing on, that it was given to me, that I didn't have to go out there and create a piece of paper, for the food that's in my fridge, the clothes that are on my back, the progress that I've made in my journey, everything that I'm super grateful for. And I'll realize right then and there that everything that I once wanted, I already have. So I know that eventually I'll have whatever else it is that I desire, right? Whether it's a certain amount of income, whether it's a certain friend group or community, whether it's a vacation, whatever it is, I create abundance for myself by already looking at what I already have and being grateful for that. And that just expands this energy, as everybody else out there is really feeling needy and they need this and they lack this. When you can bring this energy of having and wholesomeness and completeness within yourself, you essentially attract more of that. And that segues into confidence. When you're confident and you're radiating this energy that you are good and you are confident in your skill set, and even if you haven't figured out a certain thing that you need to figure out, you're confident in yourself that you'll be able to figure it out. That's going to unlock new skills. It's going to unlock new opportunities for you. That's going to allow you to attract even more. And having that sense of confidence allows you to be more detached from the outcome. And that's what step 3 in the whole process is: detachment, and understanding the law of detachment. When you're doing everything that you you can within yourself and that's within your control, you can sit back and just observe everything that's going on in the outside, and just knowing that if somebody comes into your life or knowing an opportunity comes into your life, great. But if it wants to go, you're okay with letting it go, because one, you know that you're just creating space for more opportunities and more blessings to come in. Also, you know that when you're living your ideal lifestyle and you're living your most attractive, fulfilled self, you're not going to be here chasing things or living in a state of worry or stress or fear about how things outside of you are. You just know that everything around you is going to be good no matter what. So you're detached. If something wants to go, you're not going to chase it. You're going to let it go, knowing that something else that's good is going to come in. And after doing all of those things, after focusing on the abundance, after focusing on the confidence and the competence and being detached from anything external, you essentially build a good, solid sense of solitude within yourself, knowing that no matter what, you got yourself. And that's how attractive certainty is created. So like I said, I want you to write all these different things down. Write down examples of how you felt them in your own life and draw conclusions within them to break them down into a science for yourself and create a mantra that you can remember that will allow you to have this attractive certainty within yourself that other people are going to be compelled to. For example, I think a few years ago when I first started, my mantra was this saying about the butterfly in the garden. I might be butchering it, but it goes something like this: don't spend your time chasing butterflies. Instead, build a garden that butterflies can come to. And if the butterflies don't come, you'll be left with a beautiful garden. Instead of chasing outcomes or being stressed over how things need to be outside of yourself, focus on what you have control over. Focus on being the most attractive and abundant version of yourself. And even if that outcome that you wanted doesn't come, you're still left with an attractive vessel where another outcome that's even better than the one that you wanted can come in and fit into your life. And so that's the mantra that I used to use. And the mantra that I use now is understanding that if I be good to myself and I take care of the things that I need to take care of, such as my health, being the most attractive version of myself, and I do good for others, meaning being a good person, giving good energy and presence to other people, then I will live good and I will attract the things that are meant to be in my life. And I have no need to worry about how an outcome is going to go, because I'm only focused on what I have control over and making the best of that, knowing that everything will eventually find me. That's the key to attractive certainty right there. Now that we have a good mental and internal foundation, I really want to focus on the physical side of attraction. This is very important. If you're walking out the house, you're looking sloppy, you smell, there's crust in your fucking eyes and on your lips, you're gonna look like you don't respect yourself, and in turn people aren't gonna respect you and they're gonna be repelled from you. But if you're walking out the house, you have a good physique, you're well groomed, you're taken care of, you smell nice, you have perfect fitted clothes, people are going to see that, people are going to notice that, and people are going to respect you because you respect and take care of yourself, and that's just going to compel them towards you. And so what I first want you to focus on when it comes to the physical side of attraction is building a good physique, and this starts in the gym. And what I really want you to focus on is not, becoming the biggest, the most jacked, whatever. You're not here to win any bodybuilding competition. You're here to build an aesthetic physique. So what I want you to focus on is building that V-shaped taper. The way that you do this is by building a solid, wide foundation in your upper torso. So focus on your upper chest, focus on your shoulders, focus on your upper back, focus on building your arms out and getting that nice foundational structure for your body. And then when it comes to your waist and building that taper, right, focus on your abs and doing some good core exercises. If you're fat, focus on losing the fat by going into a caloric deficit. And if you're skinny, focus on building muscle by going into a caloric surplus. What worked for me is going to the gym 4 times a week and also prioritizing whole foods and eating my body weight in grams of protein and prioritizing the nutrients that I'm putting into my body. That's what helped me go from looking like this to looking like this. So I'm talking from experience. Next part of physical attraction is how we present ourselves. Are we going out wearing sloppy clothes? Are we just walking out the house with messy hair? We want to go out there and be presentable. You don't need to buy the most expensive designer clothes. Instead, focus on buying a few essential pieces of clothing that fit you fairly well and be okay with spending a little little bit extra on the quality of the clothes. And you can go online and even look up fashion tips for men. I just keep it simple by wearing neutral colored essential pieces that allow me to walk out the house looking clean and fitted in something that's both comfortable to me and functional. From there, we really want to have a big focus on our hygiene, right? Meaning clean out your fingernails, get a body wash that's going to make you smell good, have a good skincare routine, buy a nice cologne that you can wear, take care of your facial hair grooming, get a haircut on a consistent schedule. All of these small things can be built into a routine that allows you to just be attractive and look presentable. This way, you're always looking good or looking your best no matter what the situation or the circumstance is. For me, I get a haircut about every 2 weeks, and I take care of my facial hair about every 3 days. The action step for the physical side is to go out there and sign up for a gym and create a consistent workout plan that you can stick to, prioritize whole foods and high protein, and go on Pinterest and look up aesthetic outfits that you can go and buy staple pieces for your wardrobe that you can wear on a consistent basis without having to buy designer clothes. So now that we have a good internal and a good physical foundation for attraction, we really want to focus on the financial. And this doesn't mean becoming a millionaire, flaunting Lamborghinis and all these different things, right? It really takes a deep dive and focusing on doing fulfilling work and being able to take care of yourself. What I mean by this is that majority of you guys out there are working a job that you hate, and having to deal with that every single day for 8 hours is going to affect how you feel when you get off work. It's going to affect your mood. Whereas if you're working on something that you're truly passionate about, whether it's a career, whether it's a business that you're starting, that's going to play into every other facet of your life. Meaning when you go out there and you meet someone and you're talking about something that you're doing, instead of talking about like a regular boring 9 to 5, you're talking about something that's actually genuine interest to you, and you invite other people to feel the same way and even help them feel inspired to go out there and do the same thing with their life. And like I said, you don't need to be a millionaire. You can at least just have some ambitions that you can go out there and work on and share with others, and allow you to create a community of like-minded individuals as well as opportunities that allow you to be on your purpose and pursue and create fulfilling work. The other side of the financial aspect of this is, like I said, you want to be able to take care of yourself, meaning financially you're doing everything that you can do to build a future where you are financially abundant, because wealth attracts wealth. I hung out with millionaires for the first 6 months of this year. That's one of the things that I've learned from that tax bracket. So like I said, you don't need to be a millionaire right away, but you do need to be taking the right steps to become financially abundant, because that shows to people that you can take care of yourself and you can take care of others as well. So the action step for this is to write down what type of work really makes you feel fulfilled, what type of work you want to wake up and be doing every single day, and go out there and experiment with different types of businesses, career paths, skills that allow you to feel this way. And then invest at least an hour every single day to that, and take the most minimal steps that you can take. And something that's going to help you out with that is a lifestyle design planner that I've created and shared with you for free in the link in the description below. This is going to help you get clear on what you want out of life and what you don't want out of life, in your ideal lifestyle where you're just attracting things like it's nothing. And if you've made it this far into the video, I want to congratulate you, because not a lot of people have the attention span these days, especially with all the cheap dopamine that's out there. So if you've made it this far, it shows that you're actually trying to improve and you're actually willing to put the work in and learn what it takes. So I really want to congratulate you for that. And just know that one day, all of the work that you're putting in right now is going to pay off. You're probably in a position right now where you're not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, but one day that light is going to hit you like a truck. So now that we have a good understanding of what we need to do and what's in our control to be the most attractive and fulfilled version of ourselves, I want to talk about social attraction. The number one mistake I want you guys to avoid with this is by going out and trying to get all the attention on you and trying to be the loudest in the room, because what that makes you look like is needy for validation, which is not attractive at all. And realistically, if you were living your most attractive, ideal lifestyle full of all your desires and everything's actualized, I guarantee you wouldn't be going out and trying to get people to like you. You'll have an understanding of some people will like you, some people will hate you, some people will love you. And realistically, all of your self-worth is determined by whether or not you actually love yourself. So in order to become more attractive socially, I want you to focus on self-love, charisma, and I want you to read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, is there's a lot of good lessons in here that you can go out and implement. And when it comes to self-love, this is something that I struggled with for the longest time, meaning I thought I had to be somebody else in order to get love. I thought I had to go out there and achieve certain things, and that's what defined my self-worth. That I had to do a bunch of different tricks and whatnot to get people to like me, and that I wasn't good enough. I know that a lot of people out there struggle with this too. Could be for many reasons, such as the way you grew up, such as the things that your friends told you externally, such as going through a bad breakup, whatever it may be, right? Whatever has caused those emotional scars in your life. So I highly recommend you go to therapy, or at least do some mental work that can help you figure out what's blocking you from loving yourself, and really focus on building that self-love within yourself and accepting yourself for the way that you are. The way that this attracts people is because, if we're being honest, we all want to feel loved and accepted. It's one of the needs we have as human beings. When you love and accept yourself, you give off this energy out there that you're going to love and accept others, and that's the feeling and the energy that people want to get drawn towards, because they want to feel loved and accepted. You're going to be a magnet for opportunities and for the right people to show up into your life, especially when you love yourself for who you are, being authentic. You're going to attract the people that are authentic as well, and authentically vibe with you to create meaningful relationships, whether it's a friendship, whether it's an intimate relationship, whether it's a professional relationship. That's how self-love comes into play. The other side of being attractive socially is being charismatic. Now, I've been called charismatic a lot of times in my life, and when I do some reflecting on what I was doing when I was being called charismatic, I wasn't trying to get the attention on myself. Instead, I was giving the spotlight to others. I literally was talking less than 20% of the time and letting the other person talk 80% of the time about shit that they actually enjoy, not just small talk. With the questions I would ask, I would make them feel alive. I would make them feel emotionally excited, and I would make them feel heard and validated. And I think this is why I got into business and sales as a profession, because I love doing this. For example, when I would go out and meet somebody, I would ask them questions about what made them excited, about what they enjoyed doing, about what they love to do. Instead of asking them, what do you do for work? How's the weather? I would ask them where they want to travel, what got them out of bed every morning. And you would just see their eyes light up with joy, and their body language just becomes super disarming, and just wanting to talk to me and be around me. And I remember one of the questions that I asked, because I'm very big on being ambitious and being a visionary and building a life that you want, I would ask people, hey, if you were to wake up tomorrow, you have all the money in the world, you have every opportunity in the palm of your hand, how would you spend the best day ever? And I remember they would first say, wow, nobody has ever asked me this question. And then they would look up, and as they're thinking, their eyes just light up and a smile goes from ear to ear, and they get into explaining what the best day ever looks like for themselves. And that type of question, that type of conversation invokes emotion. It inspires something within people to feel good, and they're always going to attach that feeling to you. Think of a question that you would want to be asked, something that inspires and evokes exciting emotions within you, and just go out there and ask somebody that question today. If you're going to the gym, if you're going to class, work, a coffee shop, whatever it is, and go out there and ask somebody that question, and look at how different your day is going to be than if you would have just wandered off saying nothing. I hope this video has helped you out and given you some more clarity on how you can be more attractive. If you got value from this video, share it with a friend, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.